me.
Keep this here.
Okay. So everybody, can I ask you to join me in thanking Marty for all of his effort and just being and thank you to, okay, fine, but this is being documented. So our next contributor is a woman I have great respect for. Catherine Phillips has contributed studies of Hélène Cixous' work, did I say it right? To colloquium proceedings and monographs, and co-authored the French textbook, Mise au point. Mise? Her poetry, art, and short fiction have appeared in zines including Friction, Hip Teen, Mad Cow, The Moss Side, Siren, and her own The Wrath of Grapes, and in the anthology Home for the Holidays. She created the powerful soiree of Sirens. She will read part of that event. It's pulling forward from that event, because that was a powerful event. If you've ever been to a poetry event and expected it to be docile, this one had fisticuffs, truly. Anyway, she resides in Toronto and performs original music as the Unheimlich Manœuvre. Preoccupations include otherness, intergenerational trauma, and the subversion of destructive structures. Whoa, Catherine!
Thank you so much, Honey, for your wonderful introduction and for the life lessons and art and singing and music lessons that you provide us naturally by being. Great. Thank you so much, Bill. Thank you, Marty, for organizing. And it's a pleasure and an honor to be on this bill. And I will try to make this as what I've got my timer. C'est bon, and we will attempt to ensure that all complete the stress cycle. Spouting from drains, enchantedly cheeky, we welcome thee hither and thither and fain, to dazzle and rapture, astound and oblige. We are good, we are wise, you are ours, you will die. No frivolous luck and not one morsel left for the mongrels who bring up the rear. Trauma can't be ordered. There is no order in which trauma can be reconstructed. It undermines its reconstruction and requires it begin anew. Anywhere you start, there will be corollaries in another direction than the conclusion you were going to bring it to. Something will distract you and lead you off course, which is on course, which is trauma. Come. If you approach an evolving thing with a fixed mindset, you get what you get. You squish it, it squishes you. You have to confabulate to get through. You may think you don't lie, by the by, but it's you in the mirror, not I. Triggered people, trigger people. Send it forward down the line. Buck stops with me, so my flesh will fry. Or maybe I can wave it in a poem. Bye-bye. That's the thing when you try not to pass on intergenerational trauma. It percolates in you anyway, and you have to do something with it without projecting it onto others or destroying yourself. So use it to complete the stress cycle, instead of living with the residual in an uneasy vigilance that will undermine your health. Through laughter, through creativity, through intense physical exercise, through touch, through tears, through sleep. This is today how I would help consecrate this space. Seemly. What is unseemly? What is emotional exhibitionism and attention seeking? What is truth, illuminating, testimony, and witnessing? It is your choice to talk. It is your choice to listen. When I said I wanted to write about this, and you angrily revealed to me X, that no one should endure, would those who didn't make it out of that place say you are right or wrong? Oppression Olympics. Thank you. If only those who have suffered the most may attest to their suffering, only the dead may talk, and all will suffer in silence. Oppression itself wins the Oppression Olympics. Modern view. They had a modern view of marriage and a pre-modern view of the child. Equality between sexes and spouses within the couple, but a child is fundamentally bad and automatically wrong. Chattel with no rights, of whom the parents may dispose at will. We have the power of life and death over you. We could kill you if we wanted to. We took obey out of the vows. The clothes didn't fit me, they were seconds. Garments discounted because flawed in the cover finishing. And they were bought large, so I could grow into them and have less spent on me. And so I didn't have to try them on, because my mother was angry, so my parents were in a hurry. Then when I was wearing them, she'd tug on them and growl, "Why do you always look so sloppy?" She wanted a beautiful girl who looked immaculate and smart on soap, water, hate, and shame alone, and carried her head high, but not too high. What do you need an ex for? Why do you need to be like the others? Why do you have no friends? Why aren't you like the others? And what in the hell do you need an ex for? Scrapbook? You don't need any goddamn scrapbook. Why was everyone staring at you when you didn't have the thing we could afford and chose not to buy? Why was everyone staring at you? Why do you always look so sloppy? What do you mean the teachers pointed out that your jeans are way too large? You wanted designer jeans. You didn't say what designer or what size. And then the father came back from the war, and the little baby boy was not the king anymore. In later life, when minds returned to the start, he recreated his kingdom in his works of art. You weren't supposed to get married and have a family. We never liked Dad's first name. You would have gotten the house. There is no order in which trauma can be reconstructed. Intergenerational trauma, pogroms, genocide, being spared by a Cossack, stealing food to survive, manufactured famine, Holodomor, confiscation, displacement, gulag, immigration, discrimination, depression, war, so many sources of trauma. Sexism within the culture and the family, the sacrifice of the firstborn daughter. The grandparents themselves turned out to like me well enough, even though I was not supposed to be born. It was their children who were the agents of trauma upon me. If only you behaved, everything would be okay. What is that? Okay, I'm going to try to do about 5 more minutes. What the heck does this mean? What does this mean? If you have, okay, well this is on the side, so I'll read it now. If you have to get the holy man to kill them, you know eating them is wrong. And if you have to get your government to tell you there are only 2 genders, you know they're wrong. And there's no homosexuality in Iran. Yeah, Holodomor no more. As a Ukrainian, I stand against famine. I stand against genocide. I stand against holocausts. Grandfather crawling at night, the littlest one, and there is no light. To glean, to steal, to have a meal. The peasants are starving. The clandestine Orthodox establishment has tithed them and is feasting. A boy peeps through the window. As glasses are raised, an atheist is made. Yeah! The last time I spoke in public at the Soiree of Siren Craft event, and thank you so much to Honey for her contribution, was absolutely wonderful. We were watching an Aikido master de-escalating something, and then trauma demanded its due, and things went very, very strangely off course. There was thunder and brimstone outside. There was a massive storm that began at the very end, and thunder and brimstone inside. So, see, the last time I spoke in public, I talked about the higher order resolution of the paradox of tolerance, which I won't explain here today, and bringing people to the fruition of their value system. I don't have to talk about that today. It's being talked about without me. What is necessary to say? How can poets be for change? How do you make people feel good? Do you tell them the truth? Do you spin the reality beyond the dualisms of violence, the infinite play of truth beyond meaning to prove that it is there and keep it growing? Are you the delicate kerfuffle of life that must not be sodden by infinite ill-shodden soldiers, or the sparring partner that teaches and emboldens? What is worth saying? What is grandstanding? What is holding out an in-the-way hand? What do I say? Maybe I'm the cautionary tale. So listen and go away glad it's not you. And don't be like me. Like my cousin's husband famously said, "Who wants to be her?" As a University of Toronto employee, I stand against using gendered insults, particularly generalized. And if you are a woman who thinks bleep is an insult and female parts are bad, you are really misguided and bigoted and wrong, and you lack imagination and vocabulary. If by the time you're done saying what you think of X, I also know that you think that women ain't shit, or female parts are insults, or you have some other bigotry that you entertain, then you're not much of a friend to X now, are you?
Look at
We're at the bottom of the ninth. And if your society is sexist, this will definitely impede cultural transmission. If you can exploit an existing bigotry or induce a people to bigotry, you can break their culture, because they'll be bigots to one another. Angry females will cut out ungrateful males, lording males will cut out females they don't respect. The transmission will be weaker, and if there is a genocide, people won't be talking to each other through their lording and scapegoating, and the record will be broken, the story incomplete and one-sided. There will be gaps. How can I serve Ukraine if the uncle who knows who it is in the pictures and wants to see the pictures won't talk to me when I'm trying to send him the pictures, when the trauma and doing wrong by others to protect oneself is more important than the truth and the healing of oneself? Does shunning me make the Putin go down? Does it help you sleep at night? Do you imagine the photos projected on your black field of vision, the space in which I imagine a family? Yeah. Know this about people, yes. It was more important to shun me than to get the heirlooms. Know this about people. There are those who need to reject you more than whatever else it is they need from you. And they will blame you that they can't get it, though it's their fault they can't get it. She owes us something we'll never let her give us. She owes us something. She doesn't have the address. She owes us. And in your debt, I humbly leave you. Thank you.